I don't hear him saying black Americans anymore. But that doesn't say anything about you. Black does not identify who you are. Some of you have American Indian roots. Some of you have European roots. And by the way, the first Europeans were not Caucasians. So I'm going to play an excerpt for you from the Women in Brewster Place because this script that Cecil Tyson was unscripted. She said this of her own words. Uh, and God, will she be blissful in her next life? She passed this year. So, and she said what I've been saying. Black is just a color. It doesn't identify who you are. And as long as you don't identify who you are, you don't deserve any respect because you have disrespected your ancestors. So you got to do better than the women of Brewster Place. When the women come together in truth and knowledge, women, y'all can shut this thing down. It's over with. The whole world be changed. So listen to this excerpt from Cecil Tyson when she talks about black.
Fine, Melanie, anything can happen to you living over here with these people. What do you mean these? They're my people, Mama, and yours too. Or have you forgotten that over in Linden Hills? It's not what I meant, and you know it. I mean these streets, this house, it's so shabby and run down. This is how poor people live. You're not poor, Melanie. No, Mama, you're not.
Now she's going to talk about her ancestry. Listen to Cecil Tyson.
With a five-figure income and a house in Linden Hills. All I've got is my unemployment and an overdrawn checking account. This is all I can afford. You could afford much more if you hadn't dropped out of college. I knew it. I knew you'd get around to that.
She's talking to her daughter.
You'll just never understand, will you? Understand what, baby? That my place is here. With my people. Melanie, what help could you possibly be to these people? While you're living hand to mouth on a file clerk's check. At least I'm here. In day-to-day contact with my people.
Here it comes.
Instead of being like you and Daddy and sitting over in Linden Hills with a terminal case of middle-class amnesia. You don't have to live in the slums to care, Melanie. You don't have to try to be something you're not. God, I can't stand this. Trying to be something I'm not? Trying to be proud of my African heritage?
Listen to the response.
I'd rather be dead than be like you. A stuck-up nigger who's ashamed of being black.
Here it comes.
My grandmother was a full-blooded Iroquois. My grandfather was a black from a long line of journeymen who lived in Connecticut since the establishment of the colonies. My father was a Bajan who came to this country a cabin boy in a merchant marina. I know all of that, Mama. Then know this.
Black.
I am alive because of the blood of the people who never scraped or begged or apologized for what they were. They asked only one thing of this world. To be allowed to be. And I learned through the blood of these people that black isn't beautiful. It isn't ugly. It isn't kinky hair. It isn't straight hair. Black is just black. It broke my heart when you changed your name. I gave you my grandmother's name, a woman who bore 9 children and educated them all. off 6 white men with a shotgun when they tried to drag one of our sons off to jail for not knowing his place. And you had to reach into an African dictionary to find a name that would make you proud. When I brought my babies home from the hospital, I swore to whatever gods would listen that I would use everything I had or could get so that my children would be prepared to meet this world on its own terms, so that no one could make them ashamed of what they were or how they looked, whatever they were, however they looked. And Melanie, that's not white or red or black or purple. That's being a mother.
Boom. Oh, that is powerful. That is so powerful. Now, for those of you who didn't know, this script was ad libbed. In other words, she was speaking from her heart. This wasn't written into the script. So it was so good that they allowed it to be a part of the official movie because she's speaking from the heart. And for those of you who done your research, you know that our dear departed Cecil Tyson was a full-blooded Indian princess. Do your research. And she's telling you part of it right here of her true ancestry. So, as she said, black isn't nothing but a color. You have to identify with your people or who you are before the Creator will start blessing you. Okay, let's see what we got in the chat. What we got in the chat here. Anybody want have any questions on what was said? Made for memes. This is my favorite part of video. Yes, yes, mine's too. that's why. That's why I shared it with you all because it speaks to what's needed today. You know, we have to come to our senses of who we are. It's get rid of these slave labels. Black is a slave label. And white people were enslaved, but they don't make moves about their enslavement. That's not nothing they want to teach their children, but that's all that they would allow us to do. So we got to get out of here and make our own movies. Stop following them. That's all. That's my sermon. Wish your friend happy. Okay. Geburtstag, l'anniversaire. Ich wünsche dir. You only have one birthday. You only have one birthday. You mean the anniversary of your birth. Okay. Happy anniversary of your friend's anniversary of his day of birth. Okay. Most people overlook that. Okay, anything else? Greetings, Misty. Chowdick fun games. Hi. All right. Well, go back and listen to it and see why I keep teaching this sermon of why stop calling yourself black, my people. That's why the screen is black to remind you you're not nothing. You are something. Black identifies you as having nothing. So you got to drop that label. Find your ancestry. Some of you have European ancestry. Some of you have Indian ancestry, and most of you are Moorish Americans. But you wouldn't know that if you haven't done your research. Hiya to the tribe, peace to the Moors, greetings to the clans, and peace to everyone else.